I sit on my bed after school. I feel tired. I open my phone and start to scroll. I do this every day. It is easy. It is safe. I do not need to think. Then I see a new video. It is a short video. Only 20 seconds. But it stops me. In the video, a mother cooks soup. The father stands next to her. He hugs her from the back. She laughs. Their daughter sits at the table. She kicks her legs and sings a small song. The father turns and kisses his daughter on the head. The mother smiles at both of them. That is all, nothing big, just a family in a kitchen. But something inside me moves. I watch it again, and again, and again. My heart feels strange. It feels warm and heavy at the same time. I whisper, "Wow, this is love." I do not know why I say that. It just comes out. I look at the mother's hands. They move with care. I look at the father's eyes. They shine when he looks at his family. I look at the daughter's smile. It is so open, so free. I never saw this in my home. My home is quiet. My home is careful. My home has walls you cannot see, but you can feel. I scroll up. I scroll down. But the video stays in my head. I close my phone. I open it again. The video is still there on my screen. I tap replay. This time I listen to the small things. The soft laugh. The calm music. The father's voice when he says, "Dinner smells good." The girl's tiny song. I feel my eyes get wet. I am surprised. I do not cry easily. I think, why do I cry? Then I answer myself, because I want this. I want a home that feels alive. I want a home with sound. I want a home where people look at each other like they matter. My chest feels tight, but it is a new kind of tight. Not fear, not stress. Something softer, something close to hope. I sit there for a long time. The room around me is silent. Only the light from my phone touches my face. I replay the video one more time. Then I whisper, "Can my family be like this?" The question stays in my mind. It feels scary. It feels big. It feels new. I put down my phone. I breathe in. I breathe out. And in that small quiet moment, I make a promise to myself. I will try. Even if it is hard, even if it feels strange, even if no one understands at first, I will try to open the door to something warm. I hold the phone close to my chest, like it is something precious. Maybe it is. Maybe this 20-second video just changed something in me. I do not know yet, but I feel it. A little light, a little hope, a little beginning. When I open the front door, the house feels the same as always. Quiet, still, a little cold in the air, even though the weather is warm. I take off my shoes slowly. I hear the TV in the living room. I hear the soft sound of chopping from the kitchen. Dad sits on the sofa. He watches the news. His face has no smile, no frown, just the same calm mask he always wears. Mom stands by the stove. She cuts vegetables in small, careful pieces. The knife hits the cutting board in a steady rhythm. No one talks. I stand there for a moment. The video I watched earlier plays again in my mind. The warm kitchen, the soft laughter, the tiny song. Something inside me pushes forward. I take a breath and say, "Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. I'm home." Mom turns her head, surprised. Dad looks at me with raised eyebrows. I guess my voice sounds different today. Mom wipes her hands on a towel and says, "Welcome home." Dad nods and says, "Hi." Just one word, but it feels bigger than usual. I walk into the kitchen. The smell of garlic fills the air. It reminds me of the warm kitchen in the video. I ask, "Mom, how was your day?" She freezes for a second. Then she smiles a little. "A bit busy," she says, "but fine." Her voice sounds soft, almost shy. I nod. Mine was okay. Dad stands up and walks to the kitchen doorway. He looks at us like he is not sure if he should join the conversation. Then he says, "You're home earlier today." I say, "Yeah." It is a simple talk, short, almost nothing, but it feels like a small crack in a very old wall. We move to the dining table. Mom puts a bowl of soup in front of me. Dad sits down at the same time as us, which he does not always do. No one says much. But I can hear something new. Not words, not laughter. Just a soft, quiet connection. Maybe I only imagine it, but maybe it is real. Halfway through dinner, I lift my head and say, "It smells good today." Mum looks shocked. Then she laughs quietly. "Thank you," she says. Her eyes look warm for a moment. Dad clears his throat. "It is good," he adds. Mum looks at him, surprised again. For a second we all smile. Not big smiles, not perfect smiles, but small, real ones. My heart feels tight again. Not the painful kind. A different tightness. Hope. Maybe. After dinner, I help Mom wash the dishes. She does not stop me. She does not say her usual, "It's okay, I can do it." Instead, she just says, "Thank you." Those two words echo in my chest for a long time. When I go back to my room, the house feels a little less cold. Still quiet. Still simple. But something is changing. I can feel it, like a weak flame trying to grow. I sit on my bed and whisper to myself, maybe this can work. The next day I wake up early. I sit on my bed and think about last night. The small talk, the small smiles, the small change. It all feels like a tiny seed in my chest. I want that seed to grow. So I tell myself, today I will try again. I walk into the kitchen. Mom is already there. She pours hot water into a cup. Steam rises and fills the air with a soft smell of tea. She sees me and pauses. "Good morning," she says. Her voice is gentle, not busy, not tired. Gentle. I feel warm. I say, "Good morning." I open the fridge and take out some eggs. I ask, "Can I help with breakfast?" Mom looks confused. Nobody helps with breakfast in our house. Everyone just eats quietly and leaves. But today, she nods slowly. "Okay," she says. I crack the eggs into a bowl. My hands shake a little. I do not know why. Maybe I am nervous. Maybe I want this moment to be good. Mom watches me for a while. Then she says, "You used to like cooking when you were small." I look up. I did not know she remembered that. I say, "Yeah, I did." We cook together in silence. But it is not a cold silence. It feels soft, like music with no sound. Dad walks in a few minutes later. He stops when he sees us standing side by side. "You two are cooking?" he asks. Mom laughs a little. "Yes." Dad smiles. It is small, but I see it. Real, warm. We eat together at the table. I look at them and say, "Let's eat together like this more often." They both look surprised. Then Mom nods. Dad nods too. I feel my heart rise like air in a balloon. After breakfast, I take a deep breath. I tell them, "I saw a video yesterday, a family. They were very close. It made me think." Dad leans forward. Mom looks curious. I continue, "I want us to talk more, just a little each day." Mom puts down her spoon slowly. Her eyes shine in a way I rarely see. She says, "I would like that." Dad clears his throat. He looks uncomfortable, but not in a bad way. He says, "We can try." The words hit me hard. I feel my eyes sting again. We continue eating. We talk about small things, weather, work, school. Nothing big, nothing deep. But the tone is different, lighter, warmer. After the meal, Dad says, "Thank you for cooking." Mom nods and adds, "Yes, thank you." I want to cry, not from sadness, from something else, maybe joy, maybe hope, maybe both. I go back to my room. I sit at my desk. My hands shake again. My heartbeat feels louder. I whisper to myself, it's working, but I'm scared. I do not know why I am scared. Maybe because I want this so much. Maybe because I do not trust that good things can last. But then I remember the video, the warm kitchen, the soft laugh, the tiny song, and the seed inside me grows just a little more. I close my eyes and whisper, I will keep trying. That night, I sit at my desk and try to study. The numbers in my book blur. My mind keeps going back to breakfast, the soft smiles, the warm air, the small talks that feel big to me. I should feel happy, and I do. But there is also something heavy inside my chest, a memory, a fear, a secret I never shared. I close my book. I stand up and walk around my room. My hands are cold. My heart is loud. Then I hear a soft knock on my door. Can I come in? It is Dad. My body freezes for a second. Dad does not knock on my door. He only calls me for dinner or asks about school. Never this. I say, yeah, come in. He opens the door slowly. He looks unsure, almost nervous. He sits at the edge of my bed, like he is afraid the bed might break. I sit on my chair, facing him. The silence is long, not cold, just heavy. Then he says, I want to talk. My stomach tightens. He looks down at his hands. His fingers twist together. I have never seen him look small. But now he does. He says, I know our home is not warm. His voice is rough, like he is pulling the words from a deep place. I stay quiet. I do not know what to say. He continues, I saw you trying these days, talking more, helping more. I notice it. He swallows. I am sorry if I made things hard. My throat closes. Dad has never apologized in my entire life. He looks at the floor and says, I grew up in a house with no love, no soft words, no hugs. My father yelled, my mother cried, and I learned to stay quiet. He lifts his head a little. His eyes look tired. I thought being quiet was safe, so I stayed quiet even when I loved. I didn't know how to show anything. A small shock runs through me. All these years I thought he didn't care. But maybe he cared too much and didn't know what to do with it. I whisper, Dad. He closes his eyes for a second. His voice cracks as he says, I didn't want you to feel unloved, but I didn't know how to do better. I feel something break inside me. A wall I did not know I built. Tears fill my eyes before I can stop them. My voice shakes as I say, I just wanted us to talk. I wanted something warm. Dad nods slowly. I want that too, he says, but I need time, and I need help. Maybe we can learn together. His eyes meet mine. For the first time, they look open, human, soft. I wipe my face with my sleeve. I sit next to him on the bed. I'm here, I say. The words come out simple, but they feel huge. Dad nods again. We sit there quietly. Not the old kind of quiet. A new one. A healing one. Before he leaves, he turns and says something I never expected. I am proud of you. The world stops for a moment. When the door closes, I sit on my bed and cry quietly. But it is not a sad cry. It is a cry that feels like opening a window after years of dark air. A part of me feels lighter. A part of me feels scared. A part of me feels ready. Maybe love is not loud. Maybe it starts like this, with one small truth and one brave moment. The next morning, I wake up with swollen eyes. But my heart feels light, like someone opened a window in it. I sit up slowly. I remember Dad's words from last night. I am proud of you. The sentence still feels unreal. It feels like a gift I did not expect to receive. When I walk into the kitchen, Mom is cooking breakfast. She looks tired, but her face softens when she sees me. Morning, she says. I say, morning. And for the first time, the word feels warm. Dad comes in a few minutes later. He stands in the doorway for a second, like he is thinking about something. Then he walks over and sits at the table with us. He usually waits until we start eating. But today he sits down early. Mom looks at him. I see a tiny surprise in her eyes. Maybe she feels the change too. We begin eating. No one talks at first. Old habits are hard to break. So I take a breath. I say, I want to show you something. They both look up. I open my phone and find the video, the same one that started all of this. The warm kitchen, the soft laugh, the father hugging the mother, the little girl singing. I put the phone on the table. I press play. The sound fills our quiet kitchen. The three of us watch together. Mom's eyes soften first. Her shoulders drop. Her breath slows. I see something break open in her. Then I look at Dad. His face is still, but his eyes shine a little. The video ends. For a moment no one speaks. Then Mom touches the screen gently and whispers, I want this too. Her voice cracks. It makes my heart ache. Dad reaches out, slowly, carefully. He puts his hand on hers. I want it, he says, but I don't know how. Mom turns to him. We can learn, she says. Her voice shakes, but it is full of courage. Something happens in that moment. Something small but huge. Something like a door opening. I feel tears fill my eyes again, but this time I do not look away. I let them fall. I say, we can start small. We can talk more, eat together, say what we feel. Mom nods. Dad nods too. And then he does something I never saw before. He reaches out his arm. He places it gently around Mom's shoulders. She leans into him like she has been waiting for this her whole life. I look at them. They look at me. And suddenly we are smiling. All three of us. Not big, not perfect, but real. Dad takes a deep breath. We can try, he says again, but this time the words sound different, stronger, more sure. We sit together for a long time. No one needs to talk. The silence feels new, soft, full. I think about the little girl in the video, her song, her happy legs kicking under the table. Maybe one day our home will feel like that too. Maybe we will laugh more. Maybe we will learn how to show love. Maybe we will become a family who holds each other instead of just living beside one another. I close my eyes and breathe in the warm air of our kitchen. This is not the end. This is the beginning. A new start. A new home. A new way to love. And it all began with a 20-second video and one small wish in my heart.